Every generation has masterpieces, and this is certainly one of them. Martin Scorsese would call it cinema, and I just call it a great piece of art.
Revenge of the Pope is probably the best film I've ever seen. I know Brendan Fraser won the Oscar, but in my heart, and I know the heart of millions of Americans out there, the true Oscar belongs to Evan Paul Daly and Tyler Ryan Henry.
After seeing this, I'm not the same. This is the greatest piece of media I've ever consumed in my life.
It's the best thing since sliced bread.
The Protestant Reformation was a religious reform movement that swept through Europe during the Elizabethan era. The Protestant Reformation was formed due to the disagreements with English royalty and the Catholic Church. Before the Protestant Reformation was formed, the Catholic Church was incredibly powerful, to the point where they owned 1/5 of land in Europe. The Catholic Church gained so much wealth by having people pay for various religious sacraments, such as baptism, marriage, and communion. The Reformation also affected politics and power. The Reformation gave more power to the monarch because it allowed Queen Elizabeth to rule religion, which allowed her to further her spread of influence. For the first act of religion in England, we have taken these events previously stated and put them in one of Hollywood's best hits, The Dark Knight Rises, an attempt to keep you cultivated while learning. So without further ado, I present to you The Holy Knight Rises.
Queen Elizabeth.
You're making the people pay for their sins.
Well, of course I am.
Why make them pay when God's only son, Jesus, died for their sins?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? The Catholic Church needs funding for these expensive ceremonies. But no, it's not about the people paying, is it? It's about the divorce in your family. And you can't deal with that, you sore, pathetic loser.
Why can't you agree to annulment?
I can't just change the Catholic Church. Or can I?
If we're gonna play games, I'm gonna need to get a drink.
Never go for the head first. Oh!
There were many problems between the people of the Catholic Church and the monarch. Problems usually occurred when a person's loyalty to the Catholic Church came about that of the monarch. Because of these issues, Queen Elizabeth made a new form of religion known as the Religious Settlement. This new form of religion was created to try to bring the Protestant Reformation and the Catholic Church together. The Religious Settlement became known as the Via Media or the Middle Way. Both the Protestant Reformation and the Catholic Church were not happy with this, and it did not last long. Here in our next act, we see Pope Pius sitting on a park bench, much like one of the most beloved movies in Hollywood, Forrest Gump.
Hello, my name's Pius, Pope Pius V. Want some communion bread? Mama always said life is like a Holy Communion. Never know what you're gonna get. That must be a nice Bible. You could read in that all day and not have anyone else read it to you, I bet. Mama always said there's an awful lot you can tell about someone just by their Bible. What their religion is, who they're loyal to. If I think real hard, I can think back to my first Bible. I got it when I became a Catholic priest, and then and only then could I interpret the Bible.
Hi.
Hi.
My mama always said life is like a box of chocolates. You never know which one you're gonna get.
You must have similar mamas.
Must be.
During the Elizabethan era, religion played a very major role in English society, with around 17 different holidays, many even still being celebrated to this day. Some of the major holidays were and still are Christmas, Easter, and New Year's. Workers only got days off on Sundays and holidays. Easter was considered the most important celebration of the year, occurring on the first Sunday after the first full moon to appear on or after March 21st. Prior to the Easter celebration is the 40-day fasting of Lent. Religious celebrations begin the week before Easter Sunday, instead of being on Palm Sunday, which is the day Jesus entered Jerusalem. Though after the Protestant Reformation, people no longer brought palm fronds to the church on Sunday. Now for the final act of religion in England. After Pope Pius gets beaten up by Father Gerard and gets his communion bread slapped out of his hand by Queen Elizabeth, he still refuses to change the ways of the Catholic Church. Father Gerard attempts to reason with Pope Pius one more time, this time using words. Much like the Revenge of the Sith, so I present to you our final and most precious act, the Revenge of the Pope.
You are not the chosen one. It was said that you would spread the word of the Lord, not take credit for it, to bring you followers to worship the God, not to worship you.
I am God's chosen!
It's over, Pius. I have more followers in England.
You underestimate the Vatican.
You have allowed your own hubris to twist your mind. Until now, you become the very thing you swore to destroy.
Don't lecture me, Gerard. I see through the lies of the Protestant Church. I don't fear the Catholics as you do. I have brought a new light, a new justice, a new order to my new empire.
Your new empire?
Don't make me excommunicate you.
Pius, my allegiance is to God, to free worship.
If you will not pay me, then you are my enemy!
Only a heathen deals in absolutes. I will do what I must.
You will try, you heretic! Not today, though. I have to give a Catholic mass.
Yeah, I got a baptism to go to.
Does Easter weekend work for you?
Nah.
No.
Christmas?
No. August 21st?
Yeah, it works.
Yeah. I might have to move around a dentist appointment, but that's fine.
It's all good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
See you then.
All right.
Go.
Oh, that was nice. That was nice. Never go. No! No!